With me here in the studio this morning, Sophie Aldred, who's the first person in the UK to benefit from 2 bone implants in her ear for the first time in her life. She's able to hear from all directions. Sophie, very good morning to you.
Morning.
I should say Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to yourself.
You. Well, it's been a remarkable year for you, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's been a quick year and an overwhelming year.
Explain to us, first of all, how bad was your hearing before you had these implants?
My hearing before these implants was at a stage where I could hear people speak, but only to a certain level, and I wouldn't hear background noises, so I could never hear things like birds tweet, keyboards being typed, little beeps here and there, things like that, you know, just general noises. But now with the bone bridges, I can hear everything.
And
brilliant.
we were seeing a little bit of the new technology, which is being used more and more in medicine. So what is it that they've done to you to make you hear better?
So basically what's happened is I've had the whole of the back of my ear sliced, and a hole's been drilled into my skull where the implant sits. That's then screwed into either side, and then you have a middle implant in the middle of that, which is like a square, then a circle, and that's where the bone bridge sits over the processor, and then the sound processes through that into the bone and gives the vibrations off.
Well, we can see an image of it there, but that, of course, that's the if you like, the physical part of it. Just explain for us, because that operation was done, and then it was switched on remotely, wasn't it? Can you describe what it was like from before to afterwards?
The words can't even cover it, really. I can only just say it was the best day of my life. The first time I had it switched on, it was just so emotional. The second time, which was only 2 days ago, I thought, I don't think I'll be so overwhelmed this time because I've already had it done. But again, it was emotional and it was overwhelming because I really didn't think there'd be such a difference between getting the one and the two. I knew there would be some difference when I went out into the busy situation and so on. But yeah, now I'm sat home and I'll take one off and I feel like I'm almost deaf again, even though I've still got one on.
So the latest switching on was only 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was on the 30th, yeah. I rang my audiologist and asked her if she could switch it on a bit earlier so I could have it in time for the new year, so I could see the new year in bilateral hearing.
Now, a lot of people straight away are going to be thinking, this sounds very expensive. Is it available? I mean, is it something that's going to be available to more people as time goes on, do you think?
If you've got the right conditions for it, then yeah. The only reason I'm eligible for this, because it does cost a lot of money for the NHS, which I'm very grateful for, is because I can't wear hearing aids. Anyone else could use the wear hearing aids, but anything inside my eardrum causes me infections. So all the T-tube operations I've had, all the grommet operations and the hearing aids. So basically I've had infections for 23 years of my life. I've just shifted one in June and I've not had one since.
And if there's one thing that you can pick up now, you hear that you couldn't before,
I can hear a little buzz coming from somewhere.
A little buzz? There's always something in this studio.
Yeah, I can hear a little buzz what I wouldn't have heard before.
Well, it's lovely to see you here this morning. Thank you for coming in on Newsday.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.